Now, when I was reading this article, I realized that I'm starting to feel enraged. Like genuine hatred, and I haven't felt this way in quite a long while. And so I stopped reading and I started wondering, why do I feel this rage? And I think it's because they're trying to manipulate me. I don't like being manipulated. I really despise this tactic because it's abusive, right? So, like in this situation, the journalist who wrote this is abusing me. And this is why I respond with the emotional anger. The article is called The Rage Bait Era: How AI is Twisting Our Emotions Without Us Even Realizing It. So, in other words, it's stepping on the ground of the journalists. Like, only the journalists are allowed to manipulate people's emotions. And worse, it's even stepping on the toes of the academia. Like, look, you have Oxford, right? So you have a university professor with the face of perpetual concern. Like, there is not a moment in human history where the academics aren't concerned. And so, what exactly is the article about? Well, it's creating a false conception that we live in the rage bait era, right? So, like, after 15 years or so, finally the academics are catching up. They must have missed all of the young Turks, showing videos of police officers and racializing that. All of the feminist academics that were saying, yes, all men are rapists and we live in a rape society and people are rape apologists. That wasn't about rage baiting. They must have missed the entire corporate America, especially the arm of the entertainment industry that was constantly race swapping, gender swapping characters, having community managers or actors going around and mocking the people that didn't like the changes. Up until now, we lived in a very calm internet that was just filled with cat videos and people were just friends with each other and everyone was voting progressive and we were under the rainbow and everything was awesome and amazing. But now the AI is coming and those deceitful liars, they're manipulating the public and everyone is voting right wing and we're heading to World War III and the Nazis are going to start appearing unless we do something about it. I'm not even kidding. I summed up the entire article for you. Listen to this, right? So, earlier this month, some scrollers may have come across a strange CCTV-style video of a British classroom. The grainy footage shows children being led by their teacher in a Muslim prayer, repeating Allahu Akbar. The post was picked up by prominent right-wing social media accounts and appeared on countless timelines. The earliest instance in this clip appears on Facebook account. And the UK says that it's AI-generated video with fake protesters, fake man on the streets, blah, blah, blah. This isn't false. I have seen these videos. And I immediately knew that it's fake. And apparently it's not that difficult to do because even the academics at Oxford managed to figure out that it's fake. But notice what they're doing. They are hoarding the knowledge like greedy little bitches. Like, they don't want to teach the public to figure out how some video is fake or not. They don't want to empower the people. They're like just hoarding the knowledge for themselves. And their solution? Crack down on the platforms. Like, their solution has nothing to do with AI. No, their solution is to regulate the platforms and destroy internet anonymity. So in other words, like, they want to fearmonger, they want to cause a moral panic that no one is safe on the internet, unless, of course, the United Kingdom gets Ofcom to crack down on these platforms, unless, of course, Australia gets their safety commissioner to crack down on this platform, unless the European Union manages to crack down with the Digital Service Act. And of course, take into account that the same journalists are saying that America is evil, Donald Trump is not a friend, and look at the atrocity that the United States is doing by banning some of the censors from the censor industrial complex from going into the US. That's the narrative they're setting up. Because they don't care about rage baiting. I mean, they're professionals at rage bait. Their entire publications have done absolutely nothing besides rage bait for the last decade and a half. What they do care is that people are starting to talk with each other, and that is extremely dangerous for their bureaucracy. So, if you actually go through the entire article, as I mentioned before, there's the emotional payload. And it basically, states the obvious that yes, rage bait exists on the internet. And then starts saying that only the problem is from the right. In the article, it says racist right-wing accounts, anti-immigration sentiment, Fox News embarrassment, welfare stereotypes, overweight white women, 7 kids with 7 men, MAGA commenters. Like, you notice that all of the evil, the only type of people that use the AI in a negative way are the populist right-wingers. And the victims are the decent, progressive folk that now have their democracy stolen away from them with this evil misinformation. And I immediately knew that it's fake. And apparently it's not that difficult to do because even the academics at Oxford managed to figure out that it's fake. But notice what they're doing. They are hoarding the knowledge like greedy little bitches. Like, they don't want to teach the public to figure out how some video is fake or not. They don't want to empower the people. They're like just hoarding the knowledge for themselves. And their solution, crack down on the platforms. Like, their solution has nothing to do with AI. No, their solution is to regulate the platforms and destroy internet anonymity. So in other words, like, they want to fearmonger. They want to cause a moral panic that no one is safe on the internet, unless, of course, the United Kingdom gets Ofcom to crack down on these platforms, unless, of course, Australia gets their safety commissioner to crack down on this platform, unless the European Union manages to crack down with the Digital Service Act. And of course, take into account that the same journalists are saying that America is evil, Donald Trump is not a friend, and look at the atrocity that the United States is doing by banning some of the censors from the censor industrial complex from going into the US. That's the narrative they're setting up. It's all about painting a very clear black and white picture where the AI is the dangerous weapon and it's now in the hands of the villains. And the villains are, according to the article, the racist right-wing accounts, the people with the anti-immigration sentiment, the MAGA commentators. These are the evil people. And the victims are the innocent progressive individuals that would never misuse AI in such a way. And, these are the decent folk of our societies, the doctors and engineers that are praying victims to this evil misinformation campaign. So what they want people to feel is a moral alarm. They're using words in the article like cesspit, terrifying, brazen, despicable, the post-truth era. All of these words are doing the heavy lifting. And so the premise of the article is fear, not curiosity. Like, they don't want people to actually learn, okay, if I see a video on my Twitter feed, what do I do in order to know if it's real or not? No, they don't want that. They want people to be afraid. Like, you can't even do it, right? Like, the only people that can do it is the government. So you need to support the measures that the government is now going to push to solve this crisis that we have detected. And it also pushes a sentiment of moral superiority to the leftist reader. You're basically smarter than the boomers for having read this article, right? Like, the boomers that are connected to Fox News and they believe in every nonsense. They're the imbeciles. You, my dear reader, are the enlightened one. Like, you're able to see through the matrix. You're able to be woke. You're awoken to the world's injustices. You're the one that gets it. You're the one that understands just how dangerous AI is. Everyone else is a villain. And of course, distrust towards decentralized speech, right? Like, the AI is dangerous. Unregulated platforms are dangerous. If we just allow human beings to talk with each other, it's dangerous. So when you look at all of this, right, like, you realize what the article doesn't do. It doesn't interrogate whether mainstream media also benefits from outrage cycles. It doesn't interrogate if institutions themselves don't amplify the rage bait, whether the audience chooses outrage. Like, they never ask that. Like, what if I genuinely want to be outraged? Like, what if I want to be misinformed? Like, in a democrat-free society, is it illegal for me to genuinely want to be misinformed? Like, when I want to go to a car dealer, I want the car dealer to bullshit me about the car. Why? Because I want to. Am I allowed? So yeah, the clever trick that the article is doing, it's not like whether it's real or not. It's that it feels real, right? And so they want people to have like fear, disgust, anger, moral urgency, so that governments like the UK can push for more crackdown on social media platforms. So I just want you to understand what this means, right? If you have an American from Texas and an American from Ohio discussing about immigration on an American platform, it shouldn't be allowed because the European Union now has laws against that, right? So, like, the European Union isn't going to punish the Americans from talking. It's going to try to compel the platform to ban the Americans from exercising their free speech. This is the world they want to create. It's fucking insane, right? And when America goes, those aren't our values. You guys are using our infrastructure. And if you're going to do that, we're going to ban you from coming into our country. Because visiting America is a privilege, not a right. And if you're so allergic to freedom and people just exercising their human rights, maybe you shouldn't come here. You obviously don't like the country. And then you see the European Union squealing and getting very upset because it's a slap to their honor, to their prestige. It cracks down on their legitimacy, and they don't like that, which is why they want to suppress the internet in the first place, right? They don't want to be seen as if there's opposing viewpoints, like someone else may have a different take on a situation. It's like, no, there's like just the correct take and the wrong take. There is no nuance. There are no different paths. It's the path of the academia and the path of the governments and the left-wing ideology, which can only be progressive, and everything else is reactionary, wrong, and has to be cracked down on. So anyway, read the article for yourself, right? Maybe I did spark a little bit of curiosity. And let me know what you guys think. Take care.